So unfortunately, I don't know the exact number of how many were made. The only thing that I can tell you is that this doll was the most popular out of all of the dolls that Aimerai released. Hello fellow Ozians, and welcome to the channel. Today we are talking about the Patchwork Girl of Oz, and one of her rarest appearances in doll form, with this ball-jointed doll. Scraps the Patchwork Girl was released by Aimerai BJD in 2014 as part of their original Wizard of Oz line of dolls. She originally costed $890, and her full set was a limited edition of 50 worldwide. Scraps is the fourth doll that I've covered on the channel so far from Aimerai's Oz series. If you're interested in seeing the other dolls that I've covered the Tin Woodman, Tip, and Ozma. These dolls come in really big boxes, especially these third scale dolls. So her box is huge. It's definitely well over 30 inches tall. So if you are a crazy person like me that keeps the original packaging for your dolls and your Oz items in general, be aware that storing these particular boxes is going to be a challenge. Yeah. I don't have too many of these third scale BJDs, but their boxes are just something else. So if you want a closer look at the box, I've covered it a little bit more in detail in the other videos, so we won't get into too much detail in this video. But this is the box. Scraps was originally available in 3 different skin tones. Those were yellow, white, and normal pink. The variant that you're seeing here is the white-skinned variant. Now, what's a little bit strange about how ball-jointed dolls work is that they're made to order. So there isn't a particular set number of each of those skin tones, so if no one, for instance, ordered the doll, as far as a full set is concerned, in, let's say, the normal pink color, then there are no dolls that are available in that particular skin tone. Which might sound really strange that it was available, but just saying, that's kind of how it works. Now, the doll was offered different ways without the outfit. That would have been much cheaper. If you just wanted the doll blank, as they call it, that means without any face paint, that's also cheaper. So those dolls could be out there, and this particular doll, as far as the Oz series by Aimerai, she was the most popular out of all of the Oz dolls that they made. Scraps here is a third scale ball-jointed doll. She is a strung doll, and she is fully articulated. And what I mean by that is that she can pose pretty much into anything that you want. And something that might be a little bit interesting for y'all is that I've owned this doll now for almost 10 years, and she still features her original stringing from when she was ordered from Aimerai. And stringing is still pretty good. I've never restrung any of my dolls. That moment has never happened yet. But one of those things that I was realizing while I was doing the photo shoot and different things for this particular video was how these dolls' stringing is actually still pretty good, almost 10 years later. One of the things that I will say about her body is that it's a very sturdy body, and she's a pretty heavy doll as far as her being just solid, even though she is technically hollow on the inside, she's still really heavy and definitely feels like quality when you're handling her. Her outfit here is separate pieces, although it looks like it's all one dress. That is actually a top, a skirt. Underneath the skirt there is an underskirt, and the corset goes on top with stockings and some of the coolest shoes on her feet. One little side note about that corset is that while I was making this video, taking the photographs for it, so forth, the faux leather on this corset has just been peeling off like nothing. And I've been trying so desperately not to touch her for years. And obviously we've been able to get this far with it, but hopefully it holds up a little bit more. But that's definitely a condition issue to worry about if you want to pick one of these dolls up today, because this outfit is no longer available from Aimerai. You'll have to get it from another collector who picked up the doll back in 2014 or 2015. Now, one of the things that's really neat about these ball jointed dolls is that they are weighted, so they should be able to stand on their own without a stand. And the most amazing part about her is that she's in heels, and she can just do it. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. It's one of the coolest aspects of ball jointed dolls is how they can technically stand on their own. I, of course, don't trust it at all. Her skirt does feature some really neat details on the waistline with these little accessories like a pair of scissors and this little butterfly charm. Now, I have heard from other collectors who picked up this particular doll that some of these accessories fell off when they received her. So I have done my best, kind of like the corset, in not touching and handling those pieces, because I'm not sure if it's just the metal that they used or if that was just a one-off occurrence with one collector or not, but I've tried not to handle that or her necklace. The necklace is removable, but this chained piece on the skirt is not. Now, she is a wig doll. This is a red wig that's on her, and it is removable. And you can switch out the wig with whatever you want. You can also change her eyes to whatever you want. Her face paint is the real feature here that makes this doll really unique, and I think is one of the reasons why she was so popular, because she is a combination of a resin doll and a rag doll. And I've never ever seen this particular interesting sort of sci-fi combination of those two things together. She definitely gives vibes of Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. She does come with some paperwork, and that was a picture of the doll. And on the back side features a list of all the dolls that were offered from Aimerai, and also a little description of the company and also the Wizard of Oz series. Next, we have a little blurb about the company and also how to store your ball jointed dolls. And lastly is the birth card. Now, like all of the other dolls released in their Wizard of Oz line, Aimerai pulled all of these dolls before they ever reached that limited edition cap of 50 dolls worldwide for the full set. So there technically are less than 50 of scraps around the world. So unfortunately, I don't know the exact number of how many were made. The only thing that I can tell you is that this doll was the most popular out of all of the dolls that Aimerai released. This particular girl has 3 other dolls that they created using this same or similar face sculpt. So the first doll that they offered was a human version of Scraps, which didn't feature the patches on her. That doll is still available, but you can't get the outfit with her. She will be sold to you as a nude doll. The next version was an illusion version, which featured the Patchwork sculpt face, and it was a black and white themed doll. And the last one was a completely different character named Scarlet, which uses the human version of this face. And that doll is still available from Aimerai. Links, of course, are provided below for all of these dolls. And that's all I've got to say about the Patchwork Girl of Oz. She is definitely one of the most unique dolls in my Oz collection, and if you are interested in finding her, I wish you the best of luck. I know that high price tag of her original full set definitely deterred a lot of people from buying her. But I can tell you, besides the condition issue of the corset here, all of the rest of her is definitely very high quality. And these dolls from Aimerai, oh my goodness, the quality is amazing. I haven't seen too many of these dolls sell on the secondary market, so I really have no idea just how much you would have to pay for this particular doll. Do you collect ball-jointed dolls, specifically from the Wizard of Oz? Comment down below. And if you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. New videos are posted every 2 weeks on the 15th and last day of each month. And if that doesn't satisfy your appetite for Oz, follow the link in the description to ozclub.org and join the International Wizard of Oz Club. Until next time, bye y'all.